Well, earlier, right, senior correspondent Ferdinand Duroha spoke to the incumbent president of the Federation, Honorable Shehu Gusau.
I don't believe there's a faction. I believe this is it. I'm the president. With regards to what happened 24 hours ago, it didn't start 24 hours ago. It was a 2 years program. Do not forget a Congress of the AFN was held in Oka, if you remember, in 2019. And the Congress, which is the gathering of, that is the highest gathering of the deciders, the decision makers of our sports in Nigeria, gathered and decided on locations. This is normal, it's a normal procedure. Decided on locations of the next year and the next year after Congress. And the decision was taken for the next Congress, which was 2020, to be held in Asaba. And then the next election, which is 2021, incidentally, is the elective Congress. Kebbi State bidded to host that. It was ratified at the Congress. At the 2020 Congress, again, it was ratified that Kebbi will host 2021 elective Congress. This was the decision taken 2 years ago. So we were just implementing what has been a roadmap. And then suddenly, we were there at the venue, elections were held, competitions, contests were made for the last 3 positions to be elected, which was the president, the first vice president, and the second vice president. That was held. And then results were declared. And incidentally, I thank goodness, I thank the Congress members, I thank the delegates. They found me worthy of re-electing me back for my second term. And sometime during the day, we started hearing something was happening. A group of friends gathered in Abuja, whether to celebrate or what, and they said they held a meeting. Now, constitutionally, even in the market, you find there's a leadership, and they have laid down procedures on how to run the market. It is in our constitution. It's very clear. It's black and white that congresses can be called by the president. Only the president can call for a congress and not any other person. So if any other person can call for a congress, that means we are living in a Jakarta.
Now, what do you think about the fact that this faction, which election held in the FCT, have the endorsement of the Minister of Youth and Sports?
The endorsement how? Listen, okay, now you are taking me to the court judgments. You see, with due respect to the Honorable Minister, with due respect to the ministry, I'm someone who respects law. At some point, I make laws in Nigeria. So I know law, and I should be the first to respect those laws. And I respect organized authority. When the minister started issues and problems in the Federation, I felt after reaching out to different stakeholders to intervene, and he continued. I approached the court, and we had a high court judgment. Clearly, the high court judgment told the ministry to stay away. They have a level of supervision, but does not include meddling into the administration of federation. Not only Athletics Federation, any other federation. That is not their duty. And I will seize this opportunity to read for you. Number 8, the orders given by the court were a lot in number. I'll read number 8 particularly. It says an order of perpetual injunction is hereby made restraining the defendants from taking any further action or steps that undermines the powers of the plaintiff. In this case, the plaintiff was me, under the constitution of the AFN, as the president. This is the court saying it, including the power to convey Congress of the AFN. So if the ministry called for a Congress to be held, are they violating this same judgment? They appealed. The same ministry appealed the judgment. They went to the appeal court, and the appeal court confirmed verbatim what was said by the High Court.
Well,
no, I'm not done, please. So these judgments are subsisting. They are very clear. They are black and white. And I need to make this point. If at this level we are having issues of disobeying of court issues, of court judgment, then at what level do we expect those judgments to be?
Now, the very interesting thing is,
I try to get different respected bodies. The Attorney General has been informed. The Minister of that's the Minister of Justice. the Ministry of Police Affairs,
Now,
the party.
Now, while we talk about
The minister goes around saying, I am fighting the government. No.
Honorable, just a minute, because we're trying very hard. We definitely will look for a platform.
You ask for this question, and I need to clarify in two sentences. I need to clarify this in 2 sentences. I am not fighting the party. I'm not fighting. We're in the same party, by the way, incidentally. I'm not fighting the government. But all I'm asking, these same individuals, these same respected people reached out to the minister, but he has proved stubborn, not only to them, but to even obeying the court judgment.
Now, Honorable, now while we are talking about these legal situations, where lots of Nigerians are very, very concerned about the Olympics, which is just a couple of weeks away.
I am very concerned.
And that's exactly the reason why I'm thinking at this point, how will this affect Nigeria's preparations? Can we do this in a minute?
Yes. If you notice, while the 2 factions, the former factions, were fighting, I have never, as the president, stopped any event that will encourage performance of athletes. But on the other hand, I have done several efforts to convey events in Port Harcourt, in Lagos, in Kaduna. I've tried severally. And the minister calls the stadium and says, lock the stadiums up. Meanwhile, on the other hand, if the other faction was presenting any program, I never stop it, because athletes, you need to know the psychology of an athlete. An athlete needs events to put himself in shape. And we have done that, and I think we've done wonderfully well. Just recently, we concluded the Region 2. 3-in-1 event. We did the national championship, we did the Region 2, and then we did a Grand Prix. Why did I do that? I made sure that athletes are exposed to events, to championships. Now, for example, Nigeria, our key area of medals prospect is the relays. I mean, I'm sure since you are young, you know Nigeria was very good in the relay. As I talk to you, Nigeria is still having issues of being qualified for relay, getting a ticket for relay in Olympics. Meanwhile, they would have come to Zaria, where the Region 2 was being held. 9 countries came. All we need is about 4 countries for that championship to be ratified as a qualification. They went to the US. They have not qualified in the US. So we're still praying for Nigeria to qualify. Any support, every support that I can give personally to make Nigerians get to the medal podium, I assure you we'll do that.